Hey YouTube, it's Zion Prepper here, and in a survival situation there are two requirements that you have to address first. The first one is fire and the second one is water. Now depending on the prepper or the survivalist, they may say water's first while others say fire's first. My personal preference for me would be fire first, and one of the requirements is you got to have enough tinder to get the fire going so that you can catch the kindling on fire. So what I do to make sure that I can go directly from tinder to kindling pretty quick is make fire starters. And we're going to make some pretty easy, simple fire starters. And the material you'll need is lint, which is right here. Candles. These are honey candles right here. And these are candles that you can find at any garage sale. On sale, you can get a whole box of them for $5. So that's typically what I'll use, is candles that I get on sale. I won't use my honey candles because they're expensive, and I only use those for reasons that if the power goes out in our house, I'll use those because they're all natural, hence honey, and they're almost smoke free. You need an egg carton, and here, this is the cardboard type, and this one here is injection molding, and it's plastic. This one is made out of paper products, recycled paper products. Use the one made out of recycled paper products. This is injection molding, meaning it's made out of plastic material. And what's going to happen is you're going to pour that hot wax into this one, and you're going to get, it will either go through it and deform, or will completely melt. So you don't want to use that one, use this one. The other thing you'll need is, there's two methods to heat your wax. One is a hot water bath, and I'm going to use this, and I'll show you what that is. The other method is you can directly heat it in a pan. So what I'm going to do, you can heat your wax directly in a pan, but make sure it's a pan that you're going to throw away. Or you can use a hot water canning method. You put a little water in there, and then what I'm going to do is put this in my water. And make sure the water level is low, because what will happen is the jar will start floating and will tip over. You don't want that. Make sure your water level is low. And then when the wax heats up in this jar, then you can simply take it out and pour it into the egg cartons. So let me get started and get right back to you. Okay, what I did is, this was actually on the front of the egg carton. I cut it off, and this is the back of the egg carton. It opens and shuts, and I cut that off. Now there are two ways to do this. We can just keep it just like this, put lint in each one, and then let it cool, and then cut them out as individuals. Or I could cut them out individually, cut this way individually, fold this over, fold it in on itself, and then put dental floss or fishing line on it, and then I could dip this into the wax. But what I prefer to do, put lint in each one, and take the wax jar that I put in a canning jar and pour it on each one of these. For me, that's easier. But once again, you can cut these out, fold this over, fold this over, fold this over, fold this over, cut it out, wrap dental floss around it, and then you dip it into your jar of wax, just like that. Okay, here's what you end up with. Here's the one that I used, where I literally dipped it down into the wax and then pulled it back up. And here's the other one, where I poured the wax directly into the egg carton compartment. Now what I'm going to do, and I got to be careful because my wife is going to get them both wet, completely soaking wet, and then light them. Now the one I liked about the one that I like is the one that I dipped down into the wax. And the reason I like that is because the entire egg carton is coated with wax. So that means it'll be waterproof. Now my question is, down in there, will it be waterproof? This one, however, as you can see right here, there's no wax around it, so it's not waterproof. It did leak through here, but on the bottom it's not. But I'm going to get it all wet and see what happens, okay? This is where my wife hates the fact that she married a prepper. She's sleeping, and so I probably won't get in trouble unless the alarm goes off. So what I'm trying to do now is get the wax lit. See, now it's wet. Obviously that's going to go out. Then I'm going to try and get this one wet. See what we can do to get that one wet. And this is worst case scenario. And you can hear the wax cracking. That's a good thing. I'm going to go back and try this one again, see. And all I can get is the, oh, there we go, we're getting some cracking. Okay. So basically what you can see is that they both lit, but the one that we actually dipped in wax is the best. And the reason being is because it completely coated the egg carton with wax as well as the inside with wax. So our lesson here, when we make these fire starters, which I'm going to be doing now, cut the individual compartments out, fold them in on themselves, dip them in wax. So I am Prepper saying thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, because I most definitely did.